or your ear. Or for those of you that have heard it before, remember back to when you heard it for the first time. What interested you the most? Everybody's asleep after the good food. Careful. Anybody hear anything that they like? Well, I remember when I heard it the first time, I liked that it was all natural. All natural. And what does that mean? Well, we have to be careful here because hemlock is natural also. And if you remember, hemlock was what they gave, right, to kill somebody. So just because it's natural doesn't mean that it can't hurt you. So, all natural. It's made of 5 herbs. 5 herbs. 5 plants. Green tea, we all have heard of before, right? Green tea, we know that it has antioxidant effects. We used to think that with vitamins and antioxidants, our problems were over. That's kind of old science now. Science moves on, fortunately, and we learn new things. And we thought organic was the way to go, and organic is wonderful. We should all eat as organic as possibly. This does not, you replace good eating and good nutrition and some exercise. And if it's too expensive, then you grow it, like smart people do. Green tea. Milk thistle. Milk thistle I used a lot in my practice to cleanse the liver. People with an alcohol problem or people after going through chemotherapy, very important. Milk thistle. Turmeric. Maybe you all have heard or taken turmeric. Turmeric is very important anti-inflammatory. Probably one of the world's strongest natural anti-inflammatory. The Indians use it a lot in their food. Turmeric. The ones that I had never heard about, and they're very, very exciting, bacopa. Bacopa is for a lot of mental issues. Mental acuity improves. Addictions improve amazingly, and we have some amazing testimonies to share with you. ADD, ADHD, Alzheimer's, depression, just focus and energy. And then the last one, I've never heard of this, ashwagandha. These are mainly herbs from the Far East, especially India. Met an Indian doctor, an internist here in McAllen, in the McAllen area, and she said, "Oh, doctor, I love these products. I hate giving people the things that we have to give them for heart and for cholesterol." And she said, "Do you know most of these herbs are from my country?" And I said, "Yes, I know. I've learned a lot about them." And she told me that ashwagandha is considered the sacred herb, sacred plant in India. And if you have a bad accident, you take a pinch of it in the morning you wake up, no trauma, no pain. Amazing.
That's a Dr. Robin Worthy, or no?
I have her name on a card.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the name. So 5 herbs, and the special formula that Dr. McCord worked on for over 40 years makes these 5 herbs 18 times more effective than each one of these, if you took a supplement of each of these. So if you buy a bottle, first of all, you're going to be more expensive, and you're not going to have the effect of the special formula. It's like making a recipe of a delicious cake. You just don't throw together flour and eggs and sugar and baking powder. You have to have that special formula to make it work. So all natural, all natural. Did you all hear what oxidative stress was? And who has it? What's oxidative stress? He described it in a very rusting, yeah, rusting from the inside out. Who has it? 100% of mammals, 100% of humans have oxidative stress. And it's at the bottom of what? Oxidative stress is at the bottom. It's not a disease itself, but it's at the bottom of aging, right? And disease. They have right now 200 to 500 diseases. I'm stepping out on a limb and thinking that it's at the bottom of every disease. It just hasn't been researched yet. There's not enough time. So, aging and disease. When that video was made, that video is a little bit old, you can tell, because now we have 6 U.S. patents, which is very important. Nobody can mess with the formula, and 2 foreign patents. 1 from Australia, and 1 from China. Very important for those of us interested in the business. Interestingly, we're already in Australia, and as we speak, the company is talking to the Chinese. Very important. It's a very big country. Very big country. Okay. Any questions about the products? Oh, a couple of things. We have 3 products right now. We have the Protandim, which is the flagship product, which is the supplement that you saw, that yellow pill right behind you. Very importantly, it has a BSCG certification on it. That is Banned Substance Control Group. It cannot be certified by the FDA. It can't because it's not a drug. It's a natural product. But it has this certification, which I think is more important. This certifies that any athlete can take it. Lance Armstrong would have done better to get on this instead of whatever he got on, because then he wouldn't have been. So, very important. And we have this product, 1 a day, 30 tablets in the bottle. Wholesale, $47 as a preferred customer. If you don't want to become a preferred customer, $57. You're going to pay a retail price. True Science. True Science is Protandim in a cream. Why is it important? Why is a cream important? Not just for beauty. All of us ladies and the gentlemen here, we all like to look as nice as possible with as few wrinkles as possible, right? I'm going to ask you just to pass this on, and everybody can have a little squirt. And you can see that it smells, it's very fresh, but even nice enough that the men can wear it and use it after shaving, and it's not feminine. Protandim, that is the Protandim in a cream. Why is the cream important? Because the skin, if you stop and think about it, the skin is the largest organ in our body. And it is really the first line of defense against everything outside of us that can be bad. Ionizing radiation, for one, that we're exposed to every time we walk outside. Our lights, our cell phones, our TVs, our computers. Toxic chemicals, you people around the farming industry very much, be careful with that. And also wash your vegetables, wash your fruits as much as possible if you don't grow it or buy it organic. Medications that we use, chemotherapy, it's all around us. It's all around us. And the fertilizers, unfortunately, that they use so much, especially in this country. You can see how fresh it smells. So to me it's exciting, not only as a woman, I like to look as nice as possible, but the skin damage that happens and the skin diseases. For example, you shared, Monina, about your daughter, and what a tremendous witness that is. But also, the diabetics, for example, know that a little tiny skin infection on a toe, you can lose your leg, you can lose your life. Happened to a friend of mine. Well, I didn't know that person, I was told. He's in my parish. He was at church going out a couple of years ago, hit a pew, I guess got a splinter in his leg, happened to go to Corpus Christi that weekend, came back with a little infection that, we start getting a streak up our leg. He was dead in a week. Dead in a week, young man, 2 to 3 kids. So be very careful with infections. Another friend of mine is a carpenter, got a splinter on his middle finger, lost his middle finger, almost lost his hand. He would have lost his way of making a living. I remember praying for that man, but fortunately, with the loss of his finger, unfortunately, but at least he saved his hand and his arm. So skin is very important. And we have seen not only the improvement in psoriasis, but we've seen diabetics start healing leg ulcers. We've seen after amputation, the healing of ulcerations that would not heal. So very, very important. We've seen that helps with burns and acne, etc., etc. So Protandim is the flagship product, and that is the NRF2 Synergizer. True Science is the cream, and Protandim is $47, $57 retail. True Science, $77, $87. My mom and I use 1 bottle a month. So one person, depending on how lavishly you use it, may last you a month, may last you 6 weeks. And the last one right now is Canine Health.
True what?
True Science.
Canine Health. Canine health is for our animals. I don't know about you all, but I'm very much a dog lover and a cat lover. And my Yorkie has his own little testimony, and I'll tell you about that later. True science is 30 and 40. And that is per the weight of the animal. With my little dog, I give him half a tablet in a little piece of a weenie because he won't eat it otherwise. So, and let me also just talk about this. Since we're talking about the product, if you're interested just in the product, that's fine. Most of us will be interested in the product. You can become a preferred customer. What does that mean? First of all, there is no fee to become a preferred customer if you're just interested in the product. You get the product at wholesale price like the distributors do. And these are the wholesale prices right here. 47, 77, and 30. Okay? There are no contracts. I love my cell phone, but I hate the contracts. Don't we all, right? Mm-hmm. And it comes directly to your home, which I like. I think it protects us all as consumers so that we know that there's no middleman and there's nobody that can tamper with the products. You all remember the Tylenol poisonings? Very important. Directly to your door. Usually they're in 3 days. To the Philippines, I believe, in about 10 days. And it's on an auto ship using a debit card or a credit card. Now, the most amazing thing that I like about this company, and I love the checks, but I love this more, referral system. What is this? This means that anyone, even the oldest person on a very limited income, or a handicapped person, or a mom with 7 kids that has to work outside the house can afford this, because with the referral of 5 people, the company gives you a credit of up to $110, and 1 Pro Tandem and 1 True Science a month is $110. And for each referral, the company gives you 25% discount. You're not going to get a check, but you're going to get it discounted off your product. So basically, you can get this for pennies. And everyone has 4 to 5 friends, or can find 4 to 5 friends. 25, 50, 75, 100 in shipping and handling. You're going to pay pennies on that amount. I love this. Let me tell you why. Because as a doctor, when people came into my office, they had lost their job, they needed their insulin, or they needed their thyroid, or they needed their chemotherapy that they couldn't afford, it broke my heart. And I had some samples, but I didn't have samples for everybody that was losing their job or didn't have enough money. I had older people that were on 20 medications. We've all seen that in the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. How do you keep people in this supply of all the medicines? It broke my heart. And there is not one pharmaceutical company out there that does this. I love this, of this company. And I really think this is the generosity of Dr. McCord from the beginning. Because what you don't know is that McCord was offered by some pharmaceutical company a tremendous amount of money to sell it to the pharmaceutical industry. And he said, no, because I know what you will do with it, and I want everyone to be able to afford it. I love that, and I am very grateful for his compassion for people. I'm going to stop right there about the product, and if you're interested in the product, talk to the person that invited you. You can become, I would recommend becoming a preferred customer because there's no gimmick, there's no hook, there's no charge, and you can get it for wholesale price if you happen to go to the Philippines for 2 to 3 months, or to Mexico, or something happens, you can just call the company and say, hold it for me for 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, and there's no fee for you at all. So that's a great thing. And remember the referral system. So if the $110 is a little pricey for you, then remember, you can even order just the Pro Tandem, and that can be discounted for you with several referrals. And now maybe we'll take a break, and for those of you interested just in the product, we'll give a few testimonies. And if you're just interested in the product and you need to take off, we understand, and thank you for your attention. Monina, you shared with us. Anybody else want to share their testimony on the product? Honey, do you have a testimony you'd like to share?